This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. This here is a video on Rowen Atkinson, and if you don't know who that is, you probably see on the screen, he is Mr. Bean, and he talks out about cancel culture. And what cancel culture does is it basically takes away your freedom of speech. That's the big deal, and I think that's one of the things people are misunderstanding about cancel culture. So this article is from the Australian, and it's called Rowan Atkinson Says Cancel Culture Like a Medieval Mob Looking for Someone to Burn. Rowan Atkinson has condemned online cancel culture and censorship, describing social media as a place where medieval mobs roam the streets looking for someone to burn. In an extended interview with the UK's Radio Times, the celebrated British actor and comic criticized social media's tendency to divide and silence public debate, saying it becomes a case of either you're with us or you're against us. And if you're against us, you deserve to be cancelled. Now, I have to say, he's not pointing the finger at anybody, but we know damn well that big tech is censoring a lot of political tweets and videos and things like that these days. And usually, they're one-sided on the political spectrum. It's not everybody that's getting cancelled, so to speak. But I won't get too into specifics. Atkinson, who wrote and starred in the 1980s and 90s sitcom Blackadder and Mr.Bean, has strongly campaigned in support of free speech and open debate. In 2005, he opposed the addition of hate speech laws in the British Parliament's Racial and Religious Hatred Bill. And in 2009, he argued against the introduction of homophobic hate speech clauses into the UK law. And yeah, that's the thing, man. If you're not actually threatening somebody, homosexual, with physical violence, then honestly anything goes. You can't make a law that says I can't say anything negative about homosexuals. You know, no one's saying it's going to be violent. If I just simply say something negative, that's my opinion, that's even possibly a true feeling I have, that's a criminal offense in certain places. And that's wrong. Like I said, I'm all for being against violence. Okay, if you're going to threaten someone violently, I could see, fine, maybe you want to make that a criminal offense because, well, that might lead to violence. But if it's not violence, then I should have the right to say what I want. And furthermore, if you're homosexual, you should want me to have that right. You shouldn't want my freedoms of speech taken away. The problem we have online is that an algorithm decides what we want to see, which ends up creating a simplistic binary view of society. Atkinson said, it's important that we're exposed to a wide spectrum of opinion. Absolutely. I don't know exactly how much the algorithm is tailored to push out the messages they want because the algorithm is controlled by other factors. On YouTube, watch time determines the algorithm. So if a video is enjoyable, but it's about something they don't like, well, they still might make a ton of money on ad revenue. And if people are watching it, liking it, or disliking it, and commenting, I think the algorithm still pushes it up. But it might be so that certain things that don't get great engagement, like likes and comments and watch time, might get pushed up further than other topics. And then it continues, more recently, in August last year, Atkinson drew heavy criticism from British woke warriors and online trolls after criticizing Scotland's controversial hate crimes bill, arguing it risks stifling freedom of expression and the ability to articulate or criticize religious and other beliefs. Yeah, I mean, again, same thing with religion. If you are just peacefully speaking your mind about religion, how you feel maybe one is right, one is wrong, how you don't believe a certain religion, that should all be good and free to say. Now, in most of the world it is. I mean, I've seen, and you've seen, a ton of material against religion come out, bestsellers, things like that. It doesn't seem like a problem to me, but if they're going to put that in actual bills and make it a law, then that is a problem. This is the thing about Meghan Markle saying, well, we gotta, do something about hate speech. Well, hate speech is a term for taking away your freedom of speech. So why the fuck would Meghan Markle be for that? Meghan Markle also said we have to do something about misinformation. But you can't really. I mean, you have to give people the freedom of the press, freedom of speech, and some misinformation is going to get out there. So she basically says nothing. And it's great that people like Mr.Bean, I'll call him that for ease, come out against this kind of thing, because most celebrities cover their ass and they say what they think the establishment and the lawmakers want to hear, basically. Not always facts of the matter. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. Did a podcast here. This is a series where I just want to do some low editing and not worry too much about movie clips and things like that. So when I do one, you guys will know. And of course, if you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing lots of Depth vs. Heard, some Star Wars, and of course, whatever topic I find interesting. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.